Last night, a delegation of 8 DRC ministers went to Goma to lead the humanitarian response. It is led by the Minister of Defense and it includes the Minister of Health, Scientific Research, Solidarity, Industry, Agriculture and Regional Integration and Higher Learning and University. The President, Felix Tshisekedi, arrived also in Kinshasa last night. This follows the volcanic eruption near the eastern town of Goma, where at least 15 people are believed to have been killed when Mount Nyiragongo erupted on Saturday night. For more, let us now bring in the spokesperson of the DRC Minister of Communications, Muyaya Ok. A very good morning and thank you so much for making the time to speak to us.
Good morning to you and thank you for the interest.
What's the latest in the DRC following the volcanic eruption?
You know, it's not the first time we have volcanic eruption, but it was not, people were very surprised because we've been waiting. There was some issue with Nyamulagira, but we couldn't expect that Nyiragongo could do what he did, but we did our best with the governor, the provincial authority, first thing to take care of people. Because when these things come, when you have volcanic eruption, the first thing is that to provide information, good information. And in Goma, in North Kivu especially, there is a plan of evacuation of people. And that's the first decision we make, is just to evacuate people in order to understand more what's going on. Because, yes, are you listening to me?
Yes. We still
yes,
have
yes.
you.
Well, yes, thank you. I was saying the first decision we make with provincial authority was to evacuate the city to make sure people are safe and then to continue to follow the advice of the specialists and to see the way things will progress. We spent 2 stressful days and this morning a huge delegation of government is on place, first of all to evaluate the humanitarian situation, because that's the first emergency. There is a lot of situation, especially with infrastructure, with water, with electricity. We can see progressively the way we can provide a good answer in order to save people's lives and to care about some emergency case. That's the situation in the moment.
Minister, as you say, it's not the first time that this happens. I myself have walked on that road and have touched the residue of lava that was cold, of course, at that time. There are always little bits and pieces of springs of volcanic eruptions that happened on that road. How prepared is the government for these eventualities? Because, as you say, it's not really a surprise.
You know, we know that it's a possibility to have this volcanic eruption, but you are not very well prepared because you don't know what can be the intensity, what can be the way population gonna react. That's why the first decision for us is to put in place what we call in French plan de contingence. This plan means that some key decision, some key alerts must be put in place in order to evacuate people first, because that's the emergency to save people's life. And I think we did a good decision on time. And then the following situation is to observe, especially because when you have this lava coming out, you should make sure what will be the day after. There is some seismic movement till today. In this morning, there was some seismic movement. So we are waiting specialist advice in order to direct our action as government. So people will be in safe, like those who've been out of Goma, in Sake especially. The governmental decision is to keep them there first, and those who've been so close to the volcano was evacuated. Now we are trying to see the way we can put them in good condition, and then make an evaluation. I think today around 12, we're gonna be in a meeting with all the government delegation the specialists and the provincial authority in order to make a plan to make sure good decisions are taken on time in order to prevent further further damages. Yes.
How advanced is the DRC's infrastructure for determining seismic activity?
The risk specialists have been working on that question since 20, 30 years. And we are doing, we have some difficulty about electricity, but it's not, despite the fact that the conditions are not easy, but our specialists are doing actually the good job because they are providing good and accurate information. And that information is being helpful in order to make sure good decisions are taken. That's why the Prime Minister, the President, decided to send very quickly a governmental delegation so things can be handled in each sector. The Minister of Scientific Research is in the ground. He's gonna have some meeting with those specialists and to give us the view of all the situation in the coming days. The Solidarity and Humanitarian Minister is on place. He will work with all NGOs and MONUSCO, those who are involved in managing the damages, in managing the people's situation. The Defense Minister is there because there is a lot of security question we should be handled. We cannot forget that Goma is en état de siège, as we say in French, so it's a kind of specialist state for the moment because we are fighting rebels. And then we have in the place the Minister of Integration, because what is going on now in Goma means that we have to be in touch with our colleague from Rwanda in the neighborhood because some people went there. You see, the government is doing what we can in order to make sure everything is on place in order to manage the situation. The emergency, the rule here is we need to save people's lives.
How far is the government project of trying to move human settlements away from the Nyiragongo area?
I think people from Nyiragongo moved since we've been alerted, and now that's why the delegation is in place, because the day the eruption came, there is some electricity problem, some communication problem. It was very tough to make sure everything was in place, to have contact with all the mayor, all the people who are working in the administration. Yesterday in the afternoon, the provincial authority had a very long meeting with all administrators of the territory in order to make sure all information are provided to make the evaluation of damages for those who live around the volcano. And I think today we're gonna have a good plan at the end of the day so we can give you right answer in the coming step, what the government will do.
Give us a sense of how you are assisting the affected people and families, the victims of this latest eruption.
I think the first assistance came from the provincial authorities with some humanitarian who are working there. And when the situation came, the people was going out of the city and they went to Sake. There was some. It was tough to put them in a good condition. That's why the government decided to send quickly a delegation to see with the team on the place, with MONUSCO, with all NGOs, the way we can improve the condition of protecting population, because most of them, they start to come back in the city, which is not, it will be good for people to stay a bit out of the city where they've been safe, because we need to follow some instruction of specialists, because there are still some seismic movement in the city. So we cannot tell clearly if the lava will go out or not. That's why we need to make the whole evaluation in order to give good direction to people, to give them good instruction. But the thing here, we make sure the whole system of alert and communication is on place. So we are advising people to remain vigilant, to make sure they are following instruction step by step.
Well, let's thank you for talking to us this morning and hope to get some more feedback from you in due days.
Thank you so much.
The Minister of Communications from the Democratic Republic of Congo, just giving us an update on the situation in Goma following that volcanic eruption over the weekend. Let's